I mean, if you look at Matt Gaetz going to Wyoming, because what a tough woman has an independent view, and he doesn't want to have to go out and explain why he didn't.
Shame on you, buddy.
Totally GOP
Shame on you. You're in the clique that's anti-Trump and been anti-Trump.
Look, we can have a diversity of opinion. Peter Meyer from Michigan, good friend of mine. He and I are on other ends of the spectrum on things like foreign policy, but I respect his view on that.
There you Chuck's just using you
The optimistic party in the future.
to try to
We need to quit
hurt
being
Trump.
a party that even iota defends an insurrection, a dead police officer, and other dead Americans.
If the Republican Party listened to you, certainly they would go down the drink completely.
I ask you about something that Democratic Congressman Dan Kildee said to Politico this week, Congressman Kinzinger. He said this: I have a hard time interacting with those members right now, especially with those I had a closer relationship with. I'm not going to deny the reality that I look at them differently now. They're smaller people to me now.
You're the small guy, brother.
Saying, look, I'm not working across the aisle right now. When you've got this party that's defending the Marjorie Taylor Greens of the world, or somehow wanting to have amnesia.
And who are you, Chuck? You're a Trump hater, media controller, fake news.
Yeah, I mean, that's the point, is I think the Republican Party has lost its moral authority in a lot of areas. I mean, it doesn't mean we don't need to
change parties, buddy.
Defend what we believe.
We don't want you.
I ask people now, what is a conservative principle? How many people think that conservative principles are things like...
I think it's a conservative principles, and it's godly principles.
That's what Country First with the One's all about, is just going back to saying, here's what conservative principles are. And I agree. I mean, I will sit here and defend conservative principles, but it's hard to have seen an insurrection 3 weeks ago to say that's no big deal, and then to lecture Democrats.
Well, what about all the other riots there, buddy, in all the cities?
If
You don't mention that.
Of a vote to evict Marjorie Taylor Greene from Congress, would you vote to evict her?
Oh, I'd certainly vote her off committee. In terms of eviction, I'm not sure, because kind of in the middle. I think a district has every right to put who they want there, but we have every right to take a stand and say you don't get a committee, and we definitely need to do that.
Shame on you.
Talk to a Senate Republican right now who thinks former President Trump's behavior was terrible. If he were in office, they might vote to convict, but they don't now. What would be your case to those groups of senators who are open to punishment, but right now want to talk themselves out of it with a process argument?
Yeah, see, that's the thing, is everybody that votes and uses process, I get it. It gives you a free way out, but this is a red line in American history, and 10 of us, I wish it was more, but 10 of us in the House took the tough vote, because we know history is going to ring with what happened and record that. What we can't say, Chuck, is in the last 2 months of a president, you can do whatever you want, including incite a mob to insurrection.
He didn't do that, buddy.
It's just too late in the process to convict.
Shame on you.
It's important to convict.
Lying to promote yourself.
To say that people like Donald Trump can never hold that office again and reestablish, from a Republican perspective, an optimistic, hopeful future that, quite honestly, has been missing in the dialogue for a number of years.
Shamefully.
Kinzinger, a Republican from Illinois, represents areas that are fond to my family, including Bloomington and Morris. Congressman, thanks for coming.
And I hope the people there throw him out of office.
You bet. See you.
When we come back, are we fighting the pandemic the right way? Panelists next.
Oh, well, Joe said he had all the answers. Don't you remember, Chuck? You supported him.